Each year, Microsoft Research hosts hundreds of influential speakers from around the world, including leading scientists, renowned experts in technology, book authors, and leading academics, and makes videos of these lectures freely available.
Welcome to the lab. So hey, I'm Gilad. I'm a data scientist here, and I spend a lot of my time working with data. It's funny, I was editing this slide today in the subway, and somebody who was sitting next to me was like, "Do you do big data?" And I was like, I guess. And I was like, "Oh, can I get your card?" Like a lot of people in this room, I've been spending a lot of my time in the last half year looking at the elections and what was going on with the elections, and I was amazed at the number of times different markers from social media were used by media. In this case, study Twitter users add Obama to more lists than Romney. Oh my God, what does that mean? There were so many articles on all these sudden increases in Romney's followers, right? So Alice writes about this in her fantastic dissertation. These are called status affordances. They're all across social media, and they're markers that we use. They're easily available. There are all these numbers that we can use to compare ourselves and sort of rank ourselves, providing hierarchy inside these social networks, because apparently as social beings, that's what we seek, and I'm sure she can explain it much better. So, with all these examples, this is actually also prominent in Mexico right before the elections. There are all these cases of people buying audiences and buying followers on Twitter. So if anyone does like a little search on Google, buy Twitter, the next word would be followers, followers cheap, protecting on it. And then review. You want to know which service to use, because there are thousands and thousands of services that will give you followers. So I was pointed to this one service called Fiverr, which is absolutely fascinating. For $5, there are all these things that you can buy. And some of them are, I will record a Morgan Freeman or character voiceover for $5. Much, much better. I'll sing Happy Birthday as Marilyn Monroe for $5.
Wait, that's Sunny.
So if you actually search for Twitter-related things, you get just all these ways in which you can buy, mostly buy followers. There are other things around classification, but some of them will want to give you 27,500 followers for $5. That's insane. Some only give you 500. So I settled on middle. I bought 4,000 followers. Yes, I did, and I'm not ashamed of it. So here's how it looks. You go into the service, you say, okay, I picked this guy, I'll get 4,000 followers within 24 hours. You pay $5, and I was expecting never to see it. I was like, there's no way this would work. This is what happened the next day. Now that's the way to build your audience. So much satisfaction. So y-axis, obviously followers, x-axis, days. But as a data geek, notice the little file here, because they're starting to like die, these files. That's a different story. I'm considering to buy more. But when you actually, so a lot of what I do is map these networks online, but actually, what I did immediately is grab all the data and start mapping out who these people are. So I think you can like easily guess who are the real people and who are the fake people from my audience just from this graph. Do I have to tell you? Yeah. Who are the fake ones? Who are the fake ones?
Blue is fake.
Huh?
Green.
Purple.
Oh, I see.
So these are.
I don't even know we're looking at.
So these graphs represent. The nodes are users, Twitter users. The edges are connections between them. And what you see are these are sort of the handles, the names, and they're clustered based on how they follow each other, how often they follow each other. So you see sort of a lot of people who follow me kind of follow each other. They're colored by what's called modularity. It means regions of the graph that are much more connected. So these people have almost nothing in common with a lot of these people. So almost none of the people who followed me before actually use this service to buy followers. When you dive in, you can actually see like just different communities emerge. So start seeing, okay, Scobel is sort of most heavily followed from within my followers. It's all these ways. I mean that's
Does that mean Scobel's buying
it
your
doesn't mean that you bought followers. It means that he's sort of the most central from amongst the people who follow me, so they follow him. But you see all these other weird clusters that have nothing to do with anything else. And then we can easily dive in and see sort of these different worlds. This is when I take out all the normal people and I dive only into the bots, you can even see these other communities. So you sort of see these groups of people who have these folks follow them. So once I get all this data, the first thing I want to do is look at who else bought this service, right? Of course. So this is an example of one of these bots. Annalisa Monsod. Annalisa Monsod DZ, she follows me. She's one of my favorite bots. She posted like 17 tweets in a period of like 2 days to look kind of human. And she follows 2,000 users, which is the limit that Twitter will cut you off unless you have more followers. And when you go to the people she follows, it's really fascinating. And they're all real, they're all in media, they all like musicians, PR professionals, social media consultants, all these people who feel like without having an audience, without having that number, they're not valid. Huh?
Blackmail service.
Oh, yeah.
That's an idea, yeah. How to make money.
Microsoft Research is here to help.
So this is an example.
Can I go back to this on the last slide?
Don't record that.
So Dan Schawbel is a personal branding expert on the top. What's his connection to this?
Where do you see that?
The black. By Dan Schawbel. What does that mean?
I don't know. So what they do generally for the bio, the description, they just grab random text from books or stuff and then like paste. So many times it's not even complete text. Yeah. So that in order for it to look good. So this is a real person. She's a promoter, exotic dancer, party animal, loves God and my girls. But she paid for followers, right? So she's one of those people. And you get all these folks. So here we have, I know it's probably hard to see, Clay Aiken. Aiken, sorry. So we have all this interesting data. And the question is, so what? So, okay, we can out them. Yeah, that's great. It's going to be fun. But how does this actually affect them? Like, we all know that having that number it makes you feel better. You have, 10,000, 500,000 followers, blah, blah, blah. But beyond that, what are the implications? So one of them, you get a higher cloud score. Come on, this is awesome. My cloud score isn't that, even with the followers. But it's interesting because if you take that one step further, with the Bing and cloud relationship, that actually affects your Bing scores. Search results, sorry. So when somebody searches on Bing, if there's filtering or organization by cloud score, and I don't know how often people do that, but that would affect it immediately. Now, it also most likely affects Twitter search, where people search on Twitter. You would be ranked higher for the search because you have more followers. So everyone does Google SEO all the time. We acquire traffic to raise our Alexa ranking. Why is this so gross? Like the act of buying followers, why do we feel so like why does it feel really wrong? And that's actually what I would love to talk to a lot of you about. And I have some of my solutions for what we can do with this. Lily gave a great option, but this is becoming actually a really prominent thing that we're seeing on Twitter and many of these social networks that have following. So I would love to talk to more of you about this. I think I ran out of time.
No, we don't have time for any questions at all.
Thank you.